Welcome, everybody, to the All Things Protoss Team League Week 4, Day 2, where we'll be having Team Acheron go against Team Eiger as our final match of the week. Welcome. Hope everybody is wonderful. Hope everyone is happy and excited for some more sure to be epic StarCraft 2 matches for today. I am also joined by none other than the wonderful Alutun and Heroku on the desk. Hello, people. How are you guys doing?
Hello.
Awesome.
Doing amazing.
That's great. Glad to hear it. Yeah, we've got a great game here today for the last day of the week 4 with Acheron going against Eiger. The matches are going to be the pool 4, 2, and 1, with Lanzer versus Character being the first match, Lock versus Guitar King being the second, and Cobble versus Cognite being the third. I hope both of you have a better short-term memory than Lorimbo, and I don't have to say that again. Heroku, what are you expecting for this whole series today?
Well, Lancer has always been based, so he will definitely go 2-0.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you, Aluten, for saying that after I asked Heroku. But anyways,
that's fine. I'm hyped for Lock. I'm hyped for Cobble. Hyped for Character, because Character is using the factually most broken race in the game that starts every game with an advantage.
Yep. Being
random. So I'm really hyped, especially since he's playing against Protoss. So I'm Zerg. I hate playing against random because you can't scout properly and you can never cheese. So for Protoss, I don't imagine the hell that it is.
Excellent. I actually missed that last thing you said because I was reading chat. I apologize.
No, I was like, yeah, I'm playing Zerg. I already hate playing against random because you can't scout how you want.
Yeah.
Like each matchup has a different scout pattern. So you kind of have to blank counter a bunch of cheese or you just auto die.
Are you saying this as Zerg?
Yeah, as Zerg is very pain. It's annoying.
I mean, sure, but
it's already annoying. And as Protoss,
nobody knows it worse than Protoss.
What it is.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Thank you. All right.
Yeah. That's the thing. I'm not saying it's the worst. I'm just saying it's horrible for any race.
I thought we were gonna have some incredible controversy to start the day here.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I'm a hatch first man. I just hatch first every matchup anyway. So.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I'm also really hyped for Lock because he's my favorite Terran to watch and play against. And Cobble as well. Cobble's funny, so I really hope he plays like amazing and has the most Cobble moment and dies. That's like that would be great.
That's honestly what everyone wishes for every single day. Honestly, anytime that I got Cobble in the fucking rundown for the games of a day, I just am so excited. I can't wait. Honestly.
Yeah, plays amazing. The whole game's like completely destroying Cognite, and then like throws 2 disruptor balls and blinks into them. Like,
oh my god, dude! If only I would literally.
Even though he's already won the game.
I'm salivating at the fucking number of views that clip would already make off Reddit. I can't.
Although I want to say I'm kind of sorry because I feel like I started the Cobble moment thing.
No, you didn't. There's no. It started in ATP.
The toilet. No, because that's when he joined the Heroes of the Toilet, and I think I said Cobble moment like 10 times every time he had a terrible take, and he kept going. I think.
Okay, maybe because Chelch made the Cobble moment emote.
Oh yeah, no, the emote is not me. I just said it on chats. I feel like I was the first one to like respond to a completely insane take.
That could be true, but I think when Chelch made the emote is when it just absolutely exploded in popularity.
Yeah.
But maybe you are the originator. Who knows? But anyways, yeah. So we're gonna be having Lanzer versus Character be the first match that we have. I also am just kind of always excited to watch Lanzer play just because I like him and he's funny. and he says no all the time, which makes me laugh. I also used to coach him, actually, but he's actually playing Zerg all this tournament, so nothing that...
Oh, wait, he's playing Zerg right now?
Yeah, he signed up as Zerg.
Oh, playing Zerg. Okay.
He said his most recent race was Zerg, so he's been just... Yeah, he's playing Zerg, but... Anyways, Aluton, what do you expect to see with our Lancer character match here?
Yeah, as I said, Lancer is such a pace guy, I'm definitely predicting a 2-0 there.
Nice. Short and sweet as always out of Aluton. No extra explanation necessary from the Finn. Heroku.
As is standard.
I thought he was playing Protoss, but I must not have remembered. Then the Zerg should be okay against character, because as most random player, character has just 9 builds. So if you watched all of his games, you probably know what he's gonna do anytime whatever race comes up. And we'll see if character is actually abusing random by not seeing his race, or if he tells his race.
I think last time he played, I think he was saying race. I mean, characters in chat, he could respond to that if he wants to, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he does tell race. He is an honorable random. He is the smallest minority in the entire existence of the world.
That's what I do when I play random. I just tell race every game because I feel it's so bullshit when you don't.
I feel like you're lying to me. Try it just to make me like you more. I don't know.
No, it's like because I despise random.
Yeah, it's
like
true.
As much as you can.
But to be honest, even like the very rare amount of times that I play random, and that is like unbelievably a rare amount, I definitely just go full on into the random memes, and I definitely don't tell them my race.
Yeah.
I thought about playing random.
What's that?
No.
Yeah, when your opponent asks for race, you just say white.
Nah, that's at least somewhat comical, but the people that respond random to that question are just like literally the most unfunny people you can ever meet. Like those people literally like walk into a fucking party and just everyone just stops and stares at them and just like being like, what are you talking about? Like, get out. Like, I hate people that say that.
Just tell them you'll see on the score screen.
That's about the same level of joke, to be honest. I hate all of it. It's like, what race do you? Hey, man, where is you playing? I'm playing random.
Yeah, I thought about playing random in tournament once. It was like all ladder by telling race, and then on tournament I would not, because just to see if it's really stupidly broken. But I never actually got my off race high enough to be interesting. So
nice. I just realized I forgot to update the little information ticker that is on this screen right now. So you guys are all seeing some information about a match that has 0 relevance here. So I will hopefully try to fix that at some point. But anyways, so what are we expecting as the actual results of the overall match? And then what are we expecting for this Lancer character game, Aluton?
I think Lancer's probably too solid.
Yeah,
Lancer's probably too solid, so 2-0. Although we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the whole match?
The whole match? I think it's gonna be 5-0, 5-1 for Acheron.
Whoa. Those are some big words out of Aluton over there. Okay, fair enough.
I feel like I agree. Things that I don't know much about the other players. I more so know the players on the Acheron team.
All right.
So unless they surprise me, yeah, it's probably gonna be quite one-sided. Especially Lockhawk has been stepping up really hard. So like I see 2 on. Yeah, it's probably Lockhawk's gonna play really well. Lancer probably. Yeah, the 5-1 makes sense if you expect Cobble to go on 1. We'll see.
All right. Sorry, I'm trying to update this ticker thing, but I'll finish this later. Anyways. Excellent. All right, cool. Thank you guys for your amazing insight. I will come back to you in a little bit after the first match, and we'll see exactly how it goes. So I'll be back with you guys soon. All right, we're going to go into it. Let's go ahead into our first series. All of these ones are from replays this time, as they were not able to schedule anything to happen live, unfortunately. So we are just going to be hopping right into these pretty fast. It's going to be a A bit of an action-packed, swift day here. Not messing around. As we have me fixing this thing a little bit first. Because it is too high up. Okay. Hold up. Is this good? No. Oops, sorry. Okay. There we go. Nice. Alright. Anyways, spawning over on the top left side of the map. Playing for Team Eiger, who is using the wrong color. It is character who has spawned as Protoss, being the random player that he will be taking Protoss this game. And on the bottom right side, the no cat sob spammer himself, it is none other than Lanzer. And I forgot to change this again because I played yesterday. Here's your beautiful ultra graphics. Woo! Oh, it looks so nice. What did we say in the thing? Good luck, a fun TY award-winning banner. Oh, nice. Banter. Ultra graphics are so based. Dude, I love this computer so much. It's so crazy how I could just casually stream and record and on ultra graphic settings with literally 0 FPS drops. It's just unbelievable. Oh yes, there's a forge. Oh my god, we're going for a Nexus into Gate Forge, a parting special. Yeah, Arden vs. Lanzer 2.0. Lanzer literally already has gotten cannon rushed in game one of a series already this team league, and he's about to have it happen yet again. Let's see if his response is any different this time. As last time he pulled his drones extremely late, but this time he actually also went for an earlier pool. No, don't chase the probe with all of your stuff, Lancer. What is happening here? Oh my god. What the fuck am I looking at? I mean, the cannon will get up, both of them. The drone is actually blocking the lings from doing anything. And that probe actually died to the 50 fucking drone pull onto it. Oh, but no, you could have canceled. What? This one's only halfway done. You could have killed it with the drones and the lings. Lancer, what is happening? No. Oh, what? Lancer, we need to shore up our cannon defense, my friend. This is the second one in a row. We even started with an early pool. How are we losing to a cannon rush when we went pool first? Alright, at least the fast roach warren is a little bit better, but I still would have loved a cancel in the hatchery and then an expand somewhere else, which is exactly the problem that did not happen last time as well. And I mean, yeah, this is just an extremely, insanely, and unbelievably amazing good position for character here. As this hatchery will be getting killed. Loses the probe, though. Which is a little annoying, so nothing more can happen here. It's not like it was likely that it would, though. Lanzer's for some reason making even more Zerglings, even though there's no reason... there's literally nothing that could happen with those Zerglings. We need to just expand as fast as possible, but we're actually just going roaches as well. So we're going to try to actually attack the other side of the map. But there are 2 cannons and a full wall already prepared for that. So I'm not quite sure what Lancer's going to be hoping to do, unless he's just using this to clear the cannons and batteries. In which case, that would also be, I don't know if we need to do that yet. Also, yes, character, yes, you are in the chat, so yes, please be careful about anything that you say, as we want to keep this as spoiler-free as possible. Fast layer. Well, I don't even know if you would call this fast. It's just like the layer that's happening at the normal time, but it's after a cannon rush, so it feels fast. Oh, there's an overlord in the base. There we go. Oh my god, the recall on the single zealot that didn't even work. That was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. That was one of the... Dude, we've had some amazing recalls in the ATP Team League. I remember there was one earlier in the season, a couple weeks ago as well, on Ancient Cistern. Someone, like, had some adepts on the map, and they, like, they were, like, scared of just, like, a couple lings, and just, like, immediately recalled, even though there's no reason to do it. I don't know, it was some, we've seen some pretty interesting recalls so far. There's a single Void Ray that is about to kill this hatchery, because there's only one queen on the map. Oh my god. Lancer, where's your queen? Oh my god, it's slow walking from the main. Oh, another queen popped out. Thank god. Holy shit. I was about to lose my mind if we ended up losing this fucking hatchery to just a single Void Ray. Oh. Holy moly. Alright, cannons are finally cleared up. The spire there it is about to be finished as well, so we're gonna get some mutas out. There are a lot of cannons, but there are none... What the fuck? There were none in the mineral lines. This rally is still messed up, by the way. This is an incredibly amazing Artosis pylon, though. But there's a whole bunch of zealots already in the third base. And the Void Rays are coming back as well, so I don't think these 4 mutas are actually going to be able to do much here. As character is kind of just monkey manning Lancer right now. Literally just walking the zealots across the map from a completely walled off position. That's like the forward pylon is providing the warp in. Here come the mutas. Will sort of kill off the Void Rays. Eventually. Alright, sick. Now let's get to work on these zealots. And yeah, alright. Character will take the first map there, as Lancer's Cannon Rush defense has seen minimal, if any, improvement since the last time. Which is unfortunate. Which means Team Eiger. Right? He's on Team Eiger? Why is it so hard to remember this shit? Yes, Team Eiger will go up one map at the start. The defense was a downgrade. Yeah. Yeah, probably, actually. I mean, for a second he had the right response because he pulled the drones earlier. But then he just chased the probe around instead of actually attacking anything with them. And then he also had the, like, even after that, he still could have killed one of the cannons, but he just decided not to instead. Which was also confusing. So, those two things were okay, except that they weren't. So yeah, a bit unfortunate. Orange was purple, yes, but character forgot to choose orange. He just chose yellow. And then I was thinking like, oh god, well, what if Lancer also didn't do the right color and just chose a random color? But he did. Lancer is based. He might suck ass at defending cannons, but at least he remembers which color he is. Alright, on the top right, now spawning as Zerg. It is... character. And on the bottom left side, it is still spawning a Zerg. It is Mr. Lanza. He won't have to deal with any cannons this time. Dude, character, if you really want to win the BM award, what you have to do is every single game is continue to say which race you are, and then on the last match that you play, lie about it. And then do some crazy abusive cheese. And then offensive GG. And then boom, you win the bad manner award. You are really, I mean, the people that are playing against you really are putting a lot of trust in you actually telling the truth about your race every time. I did not notice what timing this gas and pool went down, but it is earlier than Lanzer, so that's all that I know. Which means that some Lings will be coming out here. We'll see if Lanzer is able to have a solid enough build that his Ling Queen defense back at home is sufficient enough. I'm also surprised at the amount of players that like picking altitude. I have literally played altitude maybe once in my life. But I've been seeing a lot of second map altitude picks this season. The Lings are out. Oh god, he's doing. Is this? Oh, he's banking them. I don't even know if this is a good idea or not. Oh my god, it's going to be a Bane nest. So I've done this thing, which is like a super based ass build in ZVZ. Actually, I'm not going to talk about it. Never mind. Anyways, yeah, this is interesting. There's literally everything being banked up here. Lanzer has somehow sniffed something out because there is, like you said, a spine crawler being placed down. Defensive Baneley Nest himself. And I mean, to be honest, I don't really know what hiding the Lings does when you go for such an early spawning pool, because like half of the reason why you make that spawning pool that early is to maybe throw the opponent off and make them a little unsure of what's happening. And like, yeah, sure, you just hit all your Lings, but like you see that there's a Baneling nest and no drones. So obviously it's just going to be a bunch of Lings. And Lanzer will be leaving his queens on the ramp here. Not actually moving his drones yet, though. Speed is only halfway done. His Baneling nest is finished, but there's actually 0 Banelings yet, and he's morphing them in the front of the queens. Couple Lings also getting caught. But not actually committed on by a character. So what the fuck? He hasn't killed any of the Lings somehow yet. And now the Banelings have survived. Oh my god. Alright. Let's see this diamond fucking Ling Bane micro. I can't wait. Well, nothing happened. I was trying to read chat and see what Larimbo had to say about the ZVZ, because I don't really know much about ZVZ. The defense was great. I don't know about character's execution. He goes for half of a wall, which, I mean, versus Zerglings is about the same as 0 wall. Doesn't quite want to go in yet. Now he does. Now he doesn't. Okay, now he doesn't. And okay. There's literally nothing here to defend, actually. It's just Lings. The Banelings will come in now from Lanzer for a 6th round. Oh, it's a big hit. Character with not the greatest micro there to try and defend, but he will do the drone drill though. A bit poorly. But he did try. Oh, the Banes! Okay, never mind. Banes helped clear it up, but 10 drones are dead. That's not exactly gonna do that well. There was no additional Lings being sent across the map by Lanzer, just went for the committed pressure. Somehow Baneling still loses its life for the last Ling there. My favorite part was the I'm going to wall, but not actually wall. That was my favorite part. Alright, well. Did Lancer scout that? No, the Spire did get put down after the Lings already died. Character's trying to hide these Lings after revealing that they were there. And trying to morph them into Banelings. There's 17 drones on the map for character. What the fuck? There's 17 drones on the map for character, and he's trying to go into mutas off of it. He's got the amount of gas for exactly 0 mutas yet. Just now is able to afford 1. With, oh my god, a Spire from Lancer as well. We're gonna be having some frickin' Brood War ZVZ over here. Oh my god. Oof. Alright. We've got 2 mutas. We can get 2 mutas here. 1. And we're supply blocked. Holy shit. You couldn't write a more fucking comedic fucking outcome than that. That is insane. Holy moly. The 1 muta into supply block after waiting basically the whole game to get those mutas after losing everything. Some Banelings eventually kill a couple drones, no big deal. Lancer's got plenty of them. His own Spire is finished and will be able to make 8 mutas all at once. This is a slow burner of a game, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Not really sure what I'm supposed to talk about. Oh! Here come the Lings. Oh no. Oh, yeah, target that drone. Oh! Talk about the next match? No, but that's what I have to do on the desk. I can't start talking about the next match when all Luton is going to give me is fucking 3 words about how this was a great series and the next one's also going to be great. Gotta preserve every fucking second I got, man. Alright, the mutas from character are finally out on the field, walking across. And yeah, that's about what I should expect for that one. GG, as Lancer will even it up. Thankfully, it will not be a sweep. It'll stay somewhat interesting. Whoops. As we will now go to the desk to hear the, I'm sure, amazing input from our 2 analysts. Welcome, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed that incredible series, which was extremely interesting. I'm gonna start with I'm gonna start with Heroku. Give us the little rundown of what you thought of Lancer's amazing Zerg play.
Well, Cannon Rush, very based. Lancer still has no idea how to deal with cannons. Like, absolutely 0 clue. So we take the easy win. With a character, great. And in game 2, character usually has like 1 build, and he didn't do that build. And Lancer Kendra saw the thing, was like, well, I'm better, so I'm just gonna make a blind spine. And then it was like, there's no way you break at this point. When you have like 2 queens on the ramp and like a spine and Banes, you can't link for at all. So you just take your lead and then the game's over, basically. Incredibly based though, because I'm the type of person who goes roach. So I'm like, I'm ahead, I'll just make a lot of roaches. Or like, if they play Muta, you just camp and you play into lurkers. But he was like, well, I'm ahead, I'm gonna play Muta anyway. And then beat wins with Muta, even though it's technically a risk to die to an all-in. Yeah, very ballsy response.
Yeah, I mean, the response from Lancer was super good. I mean, he defended very easily.
Yeah.
It seemed very like he was just knowing exactly what could come and hit him there. So it was good by Lancer, a bit of a flub by character, but you know, those happen every now and then. Alun, do you have anything of interest to add to this amazing series that we saw?
Well, I don't like to criticize the lowest pool players too much, but I do have to be a bit salty about that cannon defense. we pulled 10 drones and they're just running, chasing a probe. And when they finally made it to natural, they saw an undefended cannon and decided to go back. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was a bit salty about that.
Yeah, that was definitely not it, to say the least. If you could give Lancer some words on how to improve his cannon rush defense, what would you give him here?
Yeah, you're supposed to kill the cannons and not the probes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
kind of.
yeah.
It's like, if there's any sus movement with the probe, you second overloads, which see the movement. If there's any sus movement, you just pull a drone immediately. And then if you see that it's starting a setup, you can pull 3 extra. And you start putting pressure on the buildings. Because at least, basically, you want to force them to make the 3 pylon wall, or like the full pylon wall. So it like tanks their eco. Because
Yeah.
technically, Protoss, if they get away with like 1 pylon, 1 cannon, or like 1 pylon, 2 cannons with 0 extra pylons cancelled, they just take like their nexus is so fast that you can't do anything.
True. All right, I don't think there's much else to say about this series, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it's straightforward. It's like build happens, build works.
Yeah. Anyways, let's go into the next series then. We're going to have Guitar King going against Lock, which will hopefully be a little bit more, a little bit longer here, as that first series was definitely quite swift. Luton, what are you thinking is going to be going on here with Guitar King versus Lock? This is the first time, by the way, that Lock will actually be able to play his main race outside of an ace match, as he's been a little bit salty about that, despite winning or going even in all of the other series he's played. So yeah, he will actually be playing Terran. Luton, what do you expect to see out of GK and Lock?
Well, actually, last night when I was off racing as Cirque, I played against Lock on ladder.
Oh my god, the sick info. Holy crap. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. And well, he seemed pretty good. Almost managed to beat me, so I'm definitely predicting him to win 2-0 here.
Damn, nice. Even gets the nice flex off as well. Very good.
Guitar King is Zerg?
No, GK is Protoss.
You can spread it out again. Yeah, so I know a lot about Lock. I would have loved to see TBZ because he has cracked late game. I love late game. But yeah, Protoss. So Lock to me is kind of like Guyo, where he can't do anything, and he's kind of good at it no matter what. But he can also go distance. So there's a lot of games where if he doesn't feel like he's gonna win, he's just gonna drag it out and probably win eventually because he has better late game than you.
Oh wow.
So I don't know. I'm not sure about TVP because I haven't watched him a lot in TVP, but I'm expecting more macro play or like tricky openers into macro play.
Well, that just sounds like absolute cancer to play against. I'm not gonna lie. Like, goddamn. Anyways, very interesting. Are we thinking a 2-0 either way or a 1-1 again?
I don't know MMR's difference, but if Lock has the advantage, it's probably a wrap unless he skill issues won games or completely forgot one thing.
I think the MMRs are pretty even here. Yeah, they're like literally identical almost. So it's very, very even matchup actually.
Okay, we'll see then. Probably 2. I'll believe in Lock, my friend, but yeah, it's probably 1-1 or 2-0 Lock.
Oh, apparently Guitar King is saying it's not even though both
their it's 500 diff. Yeah, again into a Lock. Probably.
Even though there's
unless Guitar King is.
What the fuck? Why is Lock? He's signed up with frickin' like 4,700 MMR. Like what the fuck? How is he?
He was 4,700. He was 4.7 last night.
What the hell?
Can't confirm.
Okay, interesting.
He jumped to 5k like 3 days ago.
Apparently, this is the swingiest player of all time. Like losing and gaining 500 MMR per day. What the fuck? Anyways, Luton, are you expecting a 2-0 or a 1-1? What do we think?
Yeah, 2-0.
For who?
Easy for Lock.
Oh, damn. GK's got no lovers in the chat, even though last time Guitar King was playing, Larimbo was just like saying that Guitar King is just a really fucking good player and whatnot, so I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see what this ends up being.
Tricks. He's got to prove something. We don't know him, so sadly I can't speak on. I can't believe in something I don't know. So.
Right. Perhaps this will be the series that'll make you a GK believer. We'll find out. All right, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Thank you for the insights, and I'll talk to you guys after the match.
See you.
All right, we're gonna go into the Guitar King versus Lock match number 2. All right. Oh my god, both remembered their colors. I love it. On the bottom right, spawning for Team Eiger. It is none other than the king of guitars. It is Guitar King. God, this is just literally the most 11-year-old made it name ever. I just absolutely love it. And on the top left-hand side, the person who spelled a word wrong twice in a row. It is Lock. Made it when you were 6. Nice. Damn. I didn't think that people actually used the internet at 6 years old, to be honest. I'm not saying it's like an awful... Yeah, Lambo King. That actually is like a... I know you mentioned that. It is a terrible name. I mean, it's not the worst name, but it's like it obviously was a name that he made when he was extremely young and then just never changed it. Guitar King is also choosing to not do a cliff wall off, by the way, which is interesting. This map, it's honestly not bad for it. But regardless. What? Double SCV pull. Really wants to get that CC down. It's pretty normal, honestly. Oh, GK! Okay. Yeah, you can't change it at this point. You are very much stuck with it. Changing your name at this point would be an absolute noob move. Alright, Fast Adept getting chronoed out here. It could still be anything from Guitar King. Not really sure of what his actual tendencies are. Not sure if he's a Stargate enjoyer or a Blink virgin or what here. I feel like more leaning towards the Blink virgin, to be honest. Yep, there it is. Although that could technically still be DTs, but... Lock going for the quick factory. No 3-rack shenaniganery going on here. Straight into a Hellion as well in the starport. We'll see if he ends up making more of those Hellions, or if it's just going to be the single one to scout. Guitar King actually could have gotten that Adept in if he was properly clicking it into the base instead of onto the wall. Would have been a nice scout to get off there. But yeah, this might just be the one Hellion for the scout, or it could be continued Hellion production to eventual drop, but you know, it will be the Widow Mines afterwards. Pretty normal to then go for the Widow Mine drop. Surprisingly, Lock has not moved this yet. There we go. That was funny looking. Yep, here goes the Hellion, taking some quick peeks around, see if there's anything on the side of the map. Meeting up with the Reaper, will be able to come back into the natural soon. If he wants to. I don't know where he's going with these. There we go. But Guitar King is going pretty standard with a 3-gate Blink Robo back at home with a fast wall off. He did see the initial Hellion. I don't know if that warrants going for a full wall, but I don't really mind it that much. But what I do mind is the fact that he didn't actually plug it up. So now there's nothing here to defend the Reaper Hellion. I don't know why both Stalkers were in the main base at a time where nothing could possibly be dropping from there. As the Hellion Reaper combo is getting 4 probes. Could get a 5th if we get a nice target fire. The block actually made it so that way the Hellion confirmed its kill, which is a little funny. But 5 probe deaths for a simple Reaper Hellion harass is a bit rough for our boy Guitar King here. You should just go, you should add just one more letter. You should just be Harok. Oh god, he's not paying attention to mine either. Oh my god! That was literally like the perfect shot. I don't think you could ever get more probes in that situation without clumping happen, like purposeful clumping. 6 probes for that one mine is insane. Damn, I mean, Guitar King's gonna try to do a little bit of pressure, but it's not even a 4 gate, it's just 3. And we're hitting 40 seconds later with like 5 less Stalkers. Well, I mean, more than that, because we would have more, but we're hitting with like 9 less Stalkers 40 seconds later. We'll get the bunker somehow, though, which is honestly quite nice, as that will allow a little bit of maneuverability back and forth between these 2 bases here. That medevac is not going to stay on the other side of the map. Would love to see another drop in, as there's actually nothing to defend it yet again. Actually, now we'll just go back over to the main base. Tank is in position, could get sniped. Oh, never mind, there's a second one right below it, so glad that he's not going for that. We'll instead go for the SCVs, which is a much better decision. That medevac went somewhere. Oh, it's right over here. Nope, it keeps getting F2'd back, so... Unfortunately, Locklock is not quite dealing with this pressure as best as he could. Maybe wasn't quite expecting it, given the fact that it was happening so late. And Guitar King will be able to even up the worker count by... Oh my god, no, he's walking right back into the tanks! He's gonna lose a lot of his Stalkers for it, and now every single Stalker is gonna die. Which is absolutely not the outcome that you actually want in a situation like this. I would have loved it if he just immediately recalled after killing all the SCVs right up here. And he's definitely got the energy for it. I'm very surprised that he continued to commit over to the left side and try to go to the nat there. So, yeah. Guitar King found an opportunity to help even up the game just a little bit, but sadly, then immediately threw it right back into Locklock's glove. I mean, back at home, what has he got? He's got the Robo Bay up. It's going to take a while to actually get any Colossus out, as he doesn't even have one in production just yet. I'm not quite sure what he's making. A couple more Stalkers inting their lives to try and get a few more SCV kills. I mean, Guitar King, you need units, my friend. You can't really sacrifice them for probes or SCVs anymore at this point. We don't actually have an army to defend what Locklock is about to hit your third with. I mean, this is literally the army. The other thing is a Colossus in production. That's only 3/4 of the way done. And a couple of Zealots in the main base, which are going to easily be cleaned up by the rallying reinforcements here. I mean, Guitar King has just got absolutely nothing with him right now. This will get cleaned up quite easily. The Colossus somehow is not dead yet, but it is interference matrixed, so it can't really do anything, and the probe destruction is absolutely disgusting. And Locklock will take the first game of their match, putting Team Acheron up. as we will be jumping right into the second game. Because these are replays and we can do it so fast and it's awesome. No time wasted here. Tier players admitting the race is good, challenge impossible. It's so good. Alright, bottom right side. Playing for Team Eiger. Alternate reality, it is Guitar King. And on the top left, playing for Team Acheron, the shitpost team, it is Lock. Boop, 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 boop. No, yeah, I mentioned this his last game as well, Jackie, that he did not go for the Reaper wall on Gresvin either. I mean, this map is arguably one of the worst ones to do it. Like, you can still do it with just 2 buildings and the pylon, which is theoretically good, but it's just so far away from the ramp that it feels bad to do it on this map. Like, I still do it anyway, but I don't like doing it. It doesn't feel very good. And sometimes I honestly won't do it either. And sometimes I will just have this map vetoed. But I've kind of needed to start to practice PvP on it a little bit more, so yeah. But Babylon though, fuck that map. I am not playing that map ever again after my experience last night against a fucking 2 players just sitting their asses on tanks and never moving. It was just literally the most fucking cringe shit. Guitar King fails at keeping the probe alive. Doesn't skirt it out of vision quite early enough. Will lose it, which is a little unfortunate, as he won't actually be able to see. Actually, no, never mind, he already did see it. Okay, wait, what? Then why didn't he just recall? Okay, well, that's just a mistake. He literally saw the whole thing. He saw the double gas factory 1 base opener and then voluntarily left the Reaper to, or the probe to die. Recalling it is objectively the correct decision, actually. The only thing that you get from keeping it alive and trying to hide it is that it makes the Terran think that you might be proxying something, but that is still a very difficult mind game to actually sell. And I think just recalling the probe for the immediate income boost is by far the better decision. Oh my god, it's going to be a frickin' 1 base tank all in. Holy crap, Lock. Oh my god. Will be a fast robo out of Guitar King, so I do like his response. He's got 2 in each gas, which is kind of strange. And he's also losing to the Reaper. Oh my god, it just barely got away. Oh wow, it didn't kill it. Misclick. The 2 on each gas was honestly a bit strange. Oh, I don't like this. I actually really hate that. Oh, this is gonna be so fucking hard to defend. Doing this against a tank, but like you just saw the Reaper suicide itself. You definitely, and you didn't see any additional ones. Like you definitely know that this is not gonna be a Reaper Hellion. It's gotta be something else. Like putting these 2 gates at the front is going to be just absolute pain. Oh, the Observer's coming out as well. I mean, he just doesn't know, right? Like, it's so hard to actually know what's happening. We'll just now see the Marine tank coming across, and you just know that Guitar King's heart is sinking right now. Quickly scrambling to try to get some batteries up, getting an Immortal in production here. The Observer over here is quite nice. We'll be giving him a little bit of extra vision, especially onto the high ground here. Oh, keep that Stalker back, please. Please keep the Stalker back and just... Okay, well, the tank is here. Oh, this is the worst place for this. What the fuck? You get so much vision with doing it like this. You can leave it right here and have the same vision range without it being so vulnerable to the Marines. Fuck. Anyways. Katarking is doing the best he can to delay the push, as he definitely needs a lot of time back at home to get way more units out. And because he was only mining 2 in each gas for so long, he doesn't actually have enough gas to consistently make these Stalkers and Immortals at the same time. He's actually not even choosing to make another Immortal because he's actually supply blocked. Oh my god. Oh, this is brutal. This is absolutely brutal. Oh my god, there's a forest of batteries back here. Oh! Both of these players are European. This is the Pool 2 match, which means they are like no, they are masters. They're just straight up masters. Who just died? What the heck? What is back here? Oh, the Stalkers somehow ended up back here. I don't know how these got over here. I was looking at chat. Oh, both of these are a Masters 1 on EU? Oh, okay. Wow, that chatter just got absolutely fucking BTFO'd. Trying to make this make an NA player joke, and then it's just 2 Masters EU players. Oh, the bunker wall is gonna be so rough as well. Yeah, these ones are from replays. Oh, he's choking up trying to focus fire the tank. I couldn't even talk. It was so disgusting looking. The super battery can't even keep the Immortal alive. The Stalkers on the back end are doing a good job of actually capturing all the reinforcements here, rallying across. If only he did this a little bit earlier. I mean, now you're just seeing why the gateways in the wall are just so difficult here, because there's literally no way that you can contest this to keep them alive, and it's also choking up all of your own units to try and get a better engage here. And now we're going to be losing production back at home. Luckily, Katarking did remember to make a couple extra gateways in his main, so that's nice. He's doing his best again to try and distract the reinforcements, but eventually those Stalkers will die. And with those dead, there's really no option here. Does get that Liberator with the insane amount of batteries back here to help heal. But, I mean, we need a Prism, we need something else to get onto the other side of this attack, because, like... I mean, to be honest, also, Lock is... This is still a one-base all-in. And Lock is really not pushing the issue here. Like, he could just be going right up... Oh god, this is an awful spot to be stuck in from Katarking, though. I mean... Locke is absolutely taking his time here, and he's... Katarking is still on, like, 1.5 base saturation, so... He is still getting a lot of income, and could eventually get a decently sized army. The problem is that he's no way to get it outside of the base. With a Prism or something, and it looks like he's kind of had it a little bit here, and we'll try to break through a bit. Kills one of the tanks. Again, the battery force is actually doing not bad, but there's just, oh my god, there's so many tanks. I feel like if we got this charge upgrade like 4 minutes ago, we might have actually been in a spot where we could have broken out right now or something. But, I mean, maybe not, but it would have been nice to get it much earlier. But, I mean, Lock really is giving Katarking a lot of space to try and find a way back into this game. It's not really going to happen, but he is giving Katarking that opportunity when he absolutely could have just ended the game like 2 minutes ago by actually pushing closer. Half his tanks couldn't even shoot for half of the fights that kept happening. Oh, the Immortals keep getting all clumped up. They're getting all the splash damage. We're attacking even before charge is finished. And yeah. That is gonna be that. Oh, the sick probe surrounding the tank, only for it to be lifted in the medevac. Sick. God, we've got some copers in this league, man. So many late leaves. This is where I would be dancing my units as the Terran player. Final hurrah for Guitar King as everything will get annihilated. And surely that must be it, as the GG is called. Which puts another point on the board for Team Acheron. Putting them on match point here. Going into the last series, which is, like I said, going to be, Cobble versus Cognite. And only one person remembered the colors at one time in that series, which is great. Alright. Anyways, we will be heading over to the desk to hear from our amazing analysts. I don't know why I keep saying that. I keep saying analysts instead of analysts. I don't know what I'm doing here. But anyways, hello, Heroku and Luton. Welcome back.
Hello.
Hopefully you enjoyed that series.
Yes.
Luton, how does it feel watching your brother of a Protoss get absolutely annihilated?
Yeah, it feels good to be correct. Predicted 2-0 and got it.
Well, that's one thing for sure. That is very true. Heroku, what's your take on those games?
Yeah.
Exactly what I expected from Lock. Tricky opener, and then we take our time and we win. I need to mention Lock kept shitting on Defi for going 5-1-1 all-ins on 2 base because it doesn't work. Then his game happens, he does it, wins anyway. So great, like extremely base Gresvan game of like, I'm gonna let the guy completely overextend behind my minerals, save all my ACV, and like surround him with tanks anyway. And then the last game is like, well, this guy clearly can't deal with tanks, so I'll just one base tank all in. What? And then Guitar King is like, well, I know what I need. I don't know what's happening. Just in case, I'll wall off because he might be Zerg. We don't know. And then tank happens. Lock sieges like 2 million miles away. He's like, well, I already won the game. Maybe he'll realize that, and he doesn't. So he just takes his time. You enjoy the victory.
Yep, he surely does like to take his time there. I mean, that was that took a long time to end that last game. He had like 5 tanks and 2 liberators and like 12 marines, and he was just still sitting at the bottom of the nat for like no reason. I was like, damn, Lock, come on, let's get on with it.
I get shit all the time when I play in leagues. People are like, you could have won 5 minutes ago. You could have won 10 minutes ago. But you don't actually win a StarCraft game. The opponent leaves. So when I'm in a winning scenario, I have no reason to go for a harder win. I already won, so I'm just waiting for them to realize it. And the thing is, we're at a level where people have like a negative IQ sometimes, so they just don't leave.
I mean, theoretically, like, if Guitar King was a little bit more tight with his response, like, he could have gotten like an Immortal, or a Warp Prism. He could have gotten Charge much faster. Like, there's a way that Guitar King could maneuver his way out of that, because he had 1.5 base of saturation. Like, if he was a little bit tighter on how he did things, like, he could break out of that if Lock doesn't just go for the killing blow early enough. So it's like,
I don't know how he could have done it, bro, because I don't play this matchup. But the fact that Lock literally took 5 minutes to do the push, you could have gotten like pretty much anything you want. Like probably Prism to go around. I don't really know what you're supposed to do in that scenario, but or just a lot of Immortals and Archon. Immortals and Zealot, and just go down the ramp like at some point.
Yeah, well, you need something on the map. Like, the moment that those Stalkers died out on the map and there was no Prism to help get more warp-ins on the map, like, there's no way that Guitar King was winning that, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, if he was quicker to start doing the counter attack with these Stalkers, like, if the moment that the tank sieged up on the high ground, if he had just immediately run around and started picking off reinforcements there, that would have already been a great step. If he had immediately dropped down to the Twilight, if he wasn't supply blocked also on that second Immortal, that would have been great too. But yeah, there's a couple different things that could have gone better, but unfortunately it wasn't that way for Guitar King. But we will be going into the next match, which is going to be Cobble versus Cognite, and we are so excited to always talk about Cobble and watch his games. So, Luton, are you expecting anything interesting for this series?
Yeah, I'm expecting many Cobble moments. Absolutely, I love them.
What is the what kind of Cobble moment are you predicting here? What do you think is going to happen?
Ooh. That's actually. I'm expecting that at least in one of the games, Cobble is gonna let the first 2 adepts in and they're gonna give them probes.
It's literally exactly what I was thinking as well. I was like, it's gotta be adepts, right?
The man can't defend adepts even when we do resume from replay.
Dude, that was some of the greatest All Things Protoss lore ever.
That was the best moment ever.
Yeah, that was, for anyone who is unaware, because it is actually the greatest thing ever, is Cobble and Luton were playing a PvP practice game in Discord.
I think he played against Eiger, right?
Oh, that's right. You were just there watching. That's right. Yes. Yes, he was playing against Eiger, and they were playing, and they were streaming on Discord. And we had like 4 or 5 people in the Discord chat talking as this was happening. And Eiger sent 2 adepts and just ran them into the main base, and Cobble did not wall off in time with his probe sitting at the natural or at the ramp, and he just like was like, what the fuck, and just like immediately left or whatever. And then he's like, regame, go, like resume it from that spot, let's just keep playing. And then he literally did the same mistake again. He forgot to wall off in time and immediately lost again. Like, it was just like
more probes.
It was the ultimate Cobble moment. It was just like, what the fuck? Oh my god, it was so funny. So yeah, hopefully we see something like that, because that is just, pure entertainment for us. But it is a 3-1 for Team Acheron so far, which is leading for a pretty good story for them to overtake Team Eba in first place, because my team, being so fucking sick, 6-0'd Team Eba yesterday. And so there's opportunity here for Team Acheron, the shitpost team, to overtake them with a good map score if Cobble perhaps is able to 2-0 here. But I don't know exactly how the math works out, because the standings did not get updated, which I wished that they would have gotten updated by now, but they didn't. But so yeah, that is definitely a possibility here. So what's the score that we're expecting here, Luton? What do you think?
Yeah, well, at the beginning I predicted 5-1 for the whole series, but I was kind of expecting Lancer to go 2-0, and then that horrible cannon rush happened that we all want to forget about. So I guess I have to hope for Cobble to 2-0, but that there might be too many moments for that.
Maybe. Hiroku, what do you think?
I feel like the ultimate Cobble moment would be to win the series, but barely not good enough to be just below Eba. Like 1 map below Eba's team.
Nice.
That would be great. Though I don't know the score. It's whatever score leads to this.
Well, it is 3-1 right now.
It's like, no, whatever score leads to them being right below Eba's team.
Oh, I see. Well, yeah, I don't even know what... Yeah, that would be very funny. But, like, I don't know what Eba's score is right now, because I can't do simple mental math by just looking at the standings, because it did not get updated. So, anyways, I guess we'll figure it out if that ends up happening. But let's go ahead and go into that. So thank you guys for your thoughts. We'll get back with you after the series is over, or in anticipation of an ace match if we end up needing to go there, because that could still happen if Cognite is able to get a 2-0 here. So I'll see you guys soon.
Couple moment.
All right. Into the first game we go of Cobblestone versus Cognite. I'm actually kind of curious. I just realized this, but Cognite has a 0 in his name, like naturally, but you can't put numbers in your name. In StarCraft, they did not allow that to happen. So why does he have a lowercase o? Why wouldn't he have a capital O in StarCraft? I'm very curious about this, actually. But regardless, the person that I'm talking about is up here playing for Team Eiger. It is Cognite, forgetting his color. And on the bottom right side, the stone that we are so fond of, the one that is made from cobbles. It is none other than the one and only Frenchman himself, Cobblestone. Who's going for a 1-gate expand, which is cringe, and Cognite's going for a based 2-gate opener on the high ground. Absolutely love to see it. We'll get some very interesting responses, I'm sure, here. I really want to know what Cobble or what Cognite's plan versus a 1-gate expand is, and I'm curious to see what Cobble's chosen defense versus said 2-gate opener is going to be. We'll just be throwing down the Cybercore, which is pretty normal. I'm pretty sure that's fine, but that does look a little wonky, doesn't it? That does look a little wonky. This gap looks kind of small. We might have a Cobble moment in the making here. I don't know. I don't think that's a wall. Dude, my eyes are just like lightning fixed to try and find anything. I think it is a full wall, actually. It just looks very weird. I've never really noticed that there's just a little gap that appears right there. Cognite did lose his probe to the Zealot, but the pylon will be finished here. Try to delay it as long as possible. And we'll be going Stalker Adept, which is a strange opener. I'm not really sure what that is supposed... I mean, I guess he's trying to scout it to see what's going to be happening in the wall off here. But the Adept from Cognite actually gets caught by the Adept of Cobble a little bit there. Oh my god. Oh my god, Cognite is the one to throw down a Cobble moment, as he doesn't block the wall. And now the one Adept from Cobble is gonna get right on in. Oh my god, and then... Oh, I was right! I was right! I knew it! I fucking knew it, but Cobblestone realized before anything happened, and so nothing got in. Oh, poor Cognite, man. I mean, going as a 2-gate versus 1-gate and then letting the Adept in to kill probes is just like literally the worst fucking thing ever. It's not a full wall? Yeah, man. It's almost like me, the guy that makes wall-off guides for the last fucking like 10 years, knows a fucking shitty-ass wall when he sees one. God, I'm just... Oh, I'm so... Oh, I'm so smart! Anyways... Oracle comes in, but there is already a battery, as Cobblestone also noticed that before with the Adept, so he's not going to wait for his 2 Oracles to do anything. He's just going to scout around with the 1, see what's going on. Somehow Cognite is only down 2 probes after all this. I actually have no idea how that's happened. He's actually not even down 2 probes anymore, but the double Oracle will help to even that up now. Ah, yes, our classic double Oracle into win strategy. Loses one of the Oracles, but kills 9 probes with it. It's honestly not a bad trade at all. In fact, it's honestly quite good. Cognite choosing whether or not to follow the Oracle or to scout, and with the little energy on the Oracle, I think scouting is absolutely the best option there. He is completely in the dark and needs to know exactly what's going on here, and it is just a simple Robo Twilight follow-up. He was too busy. Yeah. Thank God these rocks are gone, though. We might have lost all of our fucking pros, but Jesus Christ, these fucking rocks. At least they are dead. I mean, this is just absolutely brutal for Cognite. These have been a couple unfortunate games today, as we've had some quite early... There's a lot of games with a lot of early moves that just kind of spell the end of the game immediately. And then we're forced to kind of watch the player try and somehow manage a way to crawl back. And then ultimately fail. Cognite does have an incredibly fast third base, though. So you gotta take some amount of risks as the player that is extremely far behind, and the risk that Cognite has chosen is to get that very fast third base. And Cobble's not exactly in any sort of position to try and, well, actually, never mind. He's in exactly the type of position to try and combat that. As he did remake another Oracle, so he will be able to revisit for a second edition of the 2 Oracle into win strategy in the same game. Jesus Christ. Some force fields getting thrown down to try and deny these stalkers from doing anything, but with Blink upgraded, it's not going to do too much there. The 2 Oracles ended up killing absolutely everything in the main base, and Cobblestone has found his way to another victory, and the only Cobble moment we had was a botched wall-off that unfortunately never came into effect. But that will win his team the match today, as it puts them up 4-1. So nice job, Cobble. How many nights a week do you cast? It's only 2. I have been doing these All Things Protoss Team League matches on the weekends. Generally around this time or a bit later, depending on if the players are able to play live. If they are, sometimes we'll do it later in the night to accommodate that from happening. But this time it was not really possible. A lot of players couldn't really do much on the weekends. Or they had things to do, so they couldn't play on the weekends. So, we had a lot of replays this week, but it's whatever. So yeah, unfortunately, for Team Eiger, this will mean that they have lost yet another series. And Team Acheron is definitely contesting that first place spot after Eva's lost this week to my team. Ha! But we're going to be going into the last game anyways, because map score is important, and it helps to round out the standings. So we are going to see exactly if Cognite is able to get another win on the board for Team Eiger to let us have yet another 4-2 score. And now both players have forgotten their colors. So we've downgraded. We went from 1 player remembering to 0 players remembering in the middle of a series. And on the top left side, playing for Team Eiger, it is Cognite. And on the bottom right side, Cobble, who's pretending to play for Team Eba, is actually playing for Team Acheron. It is Cobble. I mean, the team color thing is literally such a good solution to the confusion of knowing who's on what team, because it's hard to remember all these people. And just no one is doing it. It makes me sad. Angry, this is actually like, is the math in a way where it's like, if Cobble loses this, does Eva's team stay in #1, or even with this game being a loss, does Eva still keep #1? No idea. Check now. Okay, cool. Thank you. It would be nice, yeah, if we could know that, so that we can see if there's a little bit more interest in this game than just map score for later on. I mean, this is the second to last week. Next week will be the last week of the normal season. So, you know, at this point, I believe that means that Team Enpo is out. I don't think they can possibly... There's no way they can possibly get playoffs, I think, because they're 1-3. Also, Team Eiger will now be 1-3, so it's going to be very difficult for them, potentially. Although they do have a slightly better map score. But, yeah, I don't know exactly, but... there's still one more week of games to be played, so each team plays one more match before we get the final standings for the playoffs. But there are a lot of very close match differences. Like, there's only a couple maps worth of difference between a lot of the teams. So, coming into the last week, it could be possible that just like 1 or 2 maps of difference end up determining who gets in the playoffs or not. Doesn't really matter since Eva's team will be -1. Oh, wait, really? Oh my god, you're right. They did go from fucking 12. Oh my god, that's crazy. Yeah, literally no matter what. Yeah, okay, yeah. So Acheron's team is definitely in first place at this point. No, this match has no significance on whether or not Eva's team stays in first or not. So Cognite is simply trying to just fight for any map score to hopefully maybe squeeze them in to a playoff spot at the end. Because if Team Eiger does, I mean, if perhaps Cognite wins this game and then it ends up being 4-2, it's 1 extra map score, and then perhaps, who knows, maybe there's a 6-0 from Team Eiger next week. I mean, that could still technically put them, depending on how the other matches go, into a playoff spot. We don't really know exactly yet. This game, though, is looking much more normal, as we do have both players opting for a simple Twilight opener after various amounts of gateway units being made, with little amounts of pressure being done with those units. Twilight Council is finishing at identical times here. Oh my god, whoa, oh Jesus Christ, I thought first, I was about to say, what the fuck, we're going for a glaive opener as Cognite? It's like, I haven't seen one of those in frickin' ages. That would have been whack. The good old glaive immortal all-ins from yonder days. I actually was kind of a, for a little bit in time, a couple of years ago, I was actually a glaive immortal operator in PvP. That build actually did give me quite a few decent wins versus higher MMR players, like 3.5 years ago. Maybe it was longer ago than that. I don't actually remember exactly when that was in the meta for a quick second. No forge from either player either, which is actually kind of interesting. Immediately going into the third base is Cobblestone, favoring that faster expand than a faster forge. The Cognite will be just a little bit behind him on that regard. He actually favored to get a few more warp ins, which actually supply locked him earlier. I was gonna say, like, I'm not really sure what Cognite's actually doing, because he's doing the exact same thing as Cobble, except he's not getting his third at the same time. But he's not also getting like an earlier robo or earlier 2 gateways or something. He's simply just warped in a few more units. And then gotten a later third base. Oh my god, somehow Cognite has managed to... Okay, never mind, he's just going to reveal it anyway. He'd rather kill these 2 adepts, which I don't really mind. But for a second, he'd actually threaded the needle of the vision of Cobble there and could have caught him off guard a bit. But Cobble does have a battery in each of these bases, so I don't really think there's much to be done here. It's not like we have a lot of stalkers either. It's 10, but they're not all at the front of the attack here. So it's not... What the fuck? Cognite almost killed his own stalker. It's not even like we have enough stalkers here to be able to one-shot under battery either. So the only damage potential are these 2 adepts shading him, but that also got mismanaged here. As Cognite is trying his best to do something over here, but battery overcharge is not being used. Oh, it already was used, apparently. Unfortunately, Cognite did not send those adepts into the main. If that was the case, it would have actually been a lot more damaging on the probes there, but all is said and done, we're basically even. Cobble does have a much faster charge, which could leave him with a sort of window of opportunity, but the probe count was evened up, the upgrade count is evened up, because they both got forges at the same time, the robo count is evened up, like, Cognite with a kind of weird attack that didn't really have that much opportunity to do much. ended up evening out the game a little bit. But Cobble will be going for a much faster 4th yet again, so that is still, it seems like Cobble still is a little bit, just, he feels more in control of what's happening. He's kind of dictating the pace a little bit more. Whereas Cognite is kind of forced to then respond to what is being scouted, and like, it's like, oh, you're getting a faster 3rd than me? Oh crap, okay, I gotta warp in a couple more stalkers and try to attack you. Like, okay, now we're sorted. And like, oh fuck, you got a faster 4th again? Shit, alright, let me try to do something. That's kind of what it feels like right now in the game here. We'll try to pressure it though. There's blinking forward immediately is Cobble. Very interesting. That could have been a bit risky if there were a few more stalkers here from Cognite, but not the case. Neither player deciding to go into disruptors, which makes me sad. Just sticking on the pure gateway man. Would have loved to see some disruptor play. Love watching Cobble try to micro disruptor balls. Cobble with the immediate +2, whereas Cognite has unfortunately forgotten his until a little bit later, but it's not going to be that big of a difference, I think. This is an interesting observer. Cognite trying to push forward a little bit more again, but will be jumped on with that faster charge. Although there's not that many stalkers left anymore, so the observer is also going to die, which will continue to limit how much vision Cobble has on the map. Could make him a bit scared to do much else. But this is also not the craziest amount of stalkers here. Like, we're very vulnerable as Cognite to just getting jumped on by these zealots, and if we don't micro perfectly, like right then, where we just lose a couple stalkers here and there, and now we're able to get blinked on as well. It's like, I don't know how good these trades are. Well, if we lose the Archon, that's actually going to be quite a decent value. Yeah, that's actually great by Cognite to get that one. Cobble's getting a little bit too wasteful with some of his units chasing down Cognite here. Oh man, the Archon is yet again in the front. Cognite is making good use of the stalkers that he has here, picking off very resource-intensive units. Oh, and a blink forward, as Cobble is not really paying attention to his units here. They get a little bit too far ahead of him. Cognite is definitely making this blink harass work. Cobble is lost in the sauce a little bit here, as he's not able to quite keep this army at bay. Prism's also scouted by a spotter pylon, very nicely done. We'll be able to kill that off. Cobble not able to get any counter damage done, and both players are actually on the map at opposite sides. Recall is available for Cobble, and he will trigger it, but the base will die before it is able to get off, and he's actually blinking back because it's not his whole army that got recalled. Cobble moment, wasting the recall, and doesn't even get a valuable trade after the fact either, and in fact he's going to... Oh, if that Disruptor wasn't there, that would have ended up snowballing for Cognite pretty hard there, but luckily the Disruptor does force Cognite back for now. But that will still put Cognite in a pretty decent spot here, as he's now getting his 5th base set up. Doesn't have Disruptor tech of his own just yet, so Cobble will be ahead in that regard, but being down a base at this point, Cobble will still need to find some extra damage instead of just sitting back on Disruptors, because he's not actually making them consistently right now. Zealot's getting dealt with over on the bottom as well. Cobble thinking he can actually move out on the map. Cognite is still out on the map. Cobble literally just already used his recall and is right back out on the map with a smaller army. Loses his 3rd base because of it. Is able to kill off the 3rd of Cognite, which is quite good, and the Disruptor gets a pretty juicy shot, but it will lose its life for it. And overall, this is not exactly a good trade, because another couple units are randomly rallying in here for Cobble. And I mean, sure, you kill a 3rd base, but you also lost your own after just losing a 4th as well. You had the Disruptor lead at that point. I mean, I feel like this is the moment where you should have just kind of hunkered down and said, okay, you might have killed my base, but at least I have disruptors and you don't quite yet. And I can kind of just sit on my booty butt and try to get a few more of them. But unfortunately, Kabul got a bit eager against Team Eiger. Ha ha ha! And Cognite has found himself a pretty sizable army advantage, pushing down into the natural base of Le Cobblestone. Killing off the super battery, the Stalkers are not relenting as they go into the Disruptor as well. A big Stalker or Zealot Warpin should be able to make this a little bit tricky, but I mean, the army supply difference is just so big once Cognite gets his other reinforcements over. There is not much that Cobble will be able to do. Surrounded in his own net, Cognite will be able to get one more point on the board for Team Eiger, which might be important coming into the last week, next week, going into playoffs. Could make it a little bit close, so every map win is very important to take, no matter what is going on. As like we said before, a lot of the teams are quite even. They're only a few maps off of each other, which is also a very good reason for why I'm so happy about my team getting a 6-0, because that just like really helps us out in staying in playoff contention. But regardless, that will be a 4-2 for Team Acheron. Sorry, not for Team Eiger. Team Acheron will be able to walk away with the win this series, and will be able to lock in their first place spot. We'll be going right over to the desk as well to get some more thoughts from our wonderful analysts. Heroku and Alutin, welcome back. Hopefully you enjoyed the last series. Unfortunately, the first game had minimal Cobble moments. The second one had a couple, which unfortunately weren't that interesting, but they were moments nonetheless. Luton, were you satisfied with the amount of momenting happening?
Yeah, the amount of momenting was unfortunately low. I do have to really compliment Cognite for the second game, though. That was really nice.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely controlled it pretty well, despite the poor opener. What would you... What's that?
That is how PvP was supposed to be played. None of this Disruptor, Tennis Ball, or DT Celot Rampage, just Stalkers blinking on top of Nexai and recalling. Yeah. That's the best way.
Yeah, very big dick energy out of the man Pognite today. What would you have liked to see more out of Cobble that game to maybe keep his lead? Because I mean, he had the faster fourth base. He had just the tech advantage as well, but like obviously the Stalkers were just a bit too much. So what would you have liked to see from him, Mr. Luton?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he just didn't really keep up with Cognite's fast-paced multitask harass here. Just not fast enough.
True. Cobble is just confirmed to be not fast. Excellent. Heroku, what is your take as a Zerg player on this amazing PvP?
Well, you're probably going to hate this as Protoss, but my favorite PvP era was 2018. When it was complete bullshit proxy, like 3 tech before expand. So this is just very not interesting to me. It was like, oh, gateway against gateway, actual macro. I don't know. The game one was pretty fun because I like oracles, but that's it. I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on PvP. I don't play Protoss anymore as much, so I don't know.
Yeah, to be honest, actually, I really liked the proxy meta because I just like being aggressive in PvP, and I don't really like just playing boring macro games. So I actually, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Of all the matchups, PvP was definitely the one that I am historically the most aggressive in. So I do kind of miss that. But anyways, yeah, it will be a 1-1 to end it out. I forgot to update the score, but regardless, we will be leading off with a 4-2. So yeah, some pretty interesting matches this week. We have a flip in the standings as well, with Team Acheron overtaking Team Iba. I don't know exactly how everything is lining up, but we're surely going to be going into a pretty interesting last week next week, as everyone tries to fight for their playoff spot. So yeah,
it's 4 teams that go into playoff.
Correct. Yes, top 4 going to playoffs. Yeah. Number 5 and 6
and
are not.
You do 1 versus 4 and 2 versus 3, and then finals.
No. The first place team is auto seeded into the finals. Second team is seeded in the semis, and then third and fourth play each other in the first match of the playoffs.
Oh yeah, you do
the
like
the full WTL
thing.
format. Yeah, King of the Hill.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you guys have any thoughts going into the last week about the people trying to fight for playoff contention? We've got. I'm pretty sure Proletariat is out because even their map score is not that great. I don't think they can possibly get in.
Poor Empo.
Yeah, poor Empo indeed.
We're playing Team EBA, I think. Jailer Bingwings is playing Team EBA.
Yes.
And we have cage matchups. Actually, it's gonna be which is interesting.
Yeah. What kind of matchups do you
got? So we have Arden versus Angraf, Takwa versus Azarel, and Azura versus EBA.
Yeah, that is interesting.
That is very playable.
I'm curious. I am very curious about what the Azura EBA match is going to look like, because
I'm curious
so far
about all the matches, honestly.
What's that?
I'm curious about all the matches, honestly.
I mean, yes, of course.
It could really go either way.
Yeah.
Is that the finally IPA's Cirque reveal?
Is what?
That match is gonna be IPA's Cirque reveal.
Oh yeah, no, because it's still the MMR difference is too high. Azura's not there, so it's still gonna be EVA off racing, but both the Protoss and Terran I think are within the similar match or similar MMR rating, so the 2 players that I've had to play against EVA's off race so far weren't overly convincing looking. But Azura, I feel like, is someone that could definitely, take him out just a little bit. So I'm curious to see what that ends up being like. Yeah, that one will be definitely a very important match for sure. I will be playing against Team Eiger, which I didn't actually look exactly at the exact matchups. Let me take a quick peek to see what this looks like. Let me get my...
pool... My guess is correct. It's pool 5? Pool...
There's no pool 5.
4 and pool 1.
It's pool 3 and the captain pool.
Okay.
So that means it is going to be... Who is it going to be? It is going to be Riff against Character. Okay. Which I do like that. It's going to be... What, pool 3? Franz versus Rhombus, which honestly could go anywhere, and then me versus Eiger, which, given my history, is maybe not the best, but so yeah, I don't know. That one can kind of go anywhere as well, I think, but that one will be definitely very interesting because I feel like both, like if Eiger's team does kind of beat us out, I think he still has a chance to be able to sneak into the playoffs there. I'm pretty sure.
According to map score?
What's that?
With map score?
Yeah, with overall map score, because especially then if they beat us, then that means they have head-to-head over us as well, which is the first tiebreaker as well. So I feel like they could still sneak in if we don't show up. So a lot is actually going to depend on that match as well. And then the other final match is... what is it? Empo versus the Shitpost team, which was Team Acheron today. So that one, I mean, I think all of these honestly have a lot of sway as to where we go. I don't think anything is locked in yet as to who is actually where, because the Shitpost team, if they actually do lose to Proletariat, then they could still lose their number 1 spot. And anything can kind of happen at this point. So it's going to be pretty interesting, I think. Any closing thoughts you guys think about the upcoming week?
I think this has been an amazing team league. Like, score-wise, it's one of the most interesting team leagues I've been a part of in like the last 5 years of doing like quote-unquote cheated tier team leagues, like sub GM level.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
yeah, it's really cool.
It's been pretty
really cool.
Yeah, it's been pretty close. I am happy as well with how everything is going. It's not any clear sweeps. It's not just one team walking away with it. It's been very interesting. I agree. Luton, are you excited for our next week as we start to get near the playoffs?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I've been very surprised to how sort of even we've gotten the series and individual matches, that it's been very competitive like all the way through. That's been great to see.
Excellent. All right, I'm going to be wrapping it up here then with the final match of week 4 here. Thank you, Luton and Hiroku, for joining me out on the desk here today. And perhaps we'll be seeing you guys again in the future if you guys decide to come back on. So thank you very much for joining me today.
Nope, thank you.
Thank you for having us again.
No problem. See you guys. I cut them off. Get fucked. Anyways, that will be it for the ATP Team League this week. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed the matches. Unfortunately, we did not get a update of the bracket last night to see everything, to make it a little easier to understand what's going on. But regardless, I will show you anyway, so you can take a look at what we have here. Just because... Oops. My monitor's going to be yellow. Oh, wait, is it? Oh, it's not yellow this time. Nice. Right? Oh, sick. Nice. Flux did not fuck with my OBS this time. Wonderful. Anyways, so this is where we were at the end of last week, but my team, of course, got a 6-0 over All Things Primate, so we are going to be bumping up, I'm thinking maybe to 3rd plate. Probably 3rd. Wait, Jinler, did Azura win as well? Who did they play? Oh, yes, they did. Okay, so never mind. I think we're going to be in 4th place. I think we should be in 4th place. Jinler is probably going to stay in 3rd. Eva went to 2nd. Team Shippos went to 1st. And then Eiger and me are switching, I think. I think that's what will end up happening with the standings, basically. So yeah, it's still becoming very, very close with the final moments going into next week. It'll a lot depend on the map scores as well, because my 6-0 will definitely kind of swing some of the map scores stuff a little bit, so that might actually end up playing something there too. Because... Actually, yeah, never mind. I don't know. I have no idea. I cannot do simple mental math to figure out these things on my own, but I will know exactly when the thing gets updated eventually, as we are just kind of waiting for Magnath to do that. Because last time I tried to update things, it didn't work. Anyways, that will be it for the ATP Team League this week. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and you'll join us again for next weekend. So yeah, that's all I got. See you guys later. If you're watching the VOD, I love you, and goodbye.